Hi, my name is Jordan Martinko. I'm from the University of San Diego, and I'll be presenting my study on visual cognition, looking without seeing. A quick overview. I'll be going through the introduction first, examining selective attention bias, being on two existing scholarships on the topic, and then showing you guys my selective attention test, going through the purposes, methods, and results, and then ending finally with future research possibilities. The introduction. So, selective attention is a person's ability to recognize some elements of their environments while ignoring others. It's significant because it affects awareness and the amount of surroundings that are actually absorbed. And all these studies demonstrate that it is necessary to give attention to the visual scene to be fully aware and comprehend them. Existing research. So a lot of research has been done on this topic. Richards, Helen, and French used intentional blindness in correlation with absorption, working memory capacity, and paranormal belief. They found a significant correlation between personality and absorption and susceptibility to intentional blindness. Drew, Vu, and Wolf used the selective attention test with familiar tasks, assessing whether habitual tasks would change the recognition of the unexpected stimulus, which in the end it didn't. The results showed that the familiar task did not change whether or not they saw the unexpected stimulus. Hubert and Mermert assessed physical exercise in correlation with intentional blindness and found that moderate movement or moderate exercise actually was a positive effect on selective attention. The present study is based on the selective attention test by Richard Daniel Simons, and we watched it via YouTube. It aimed to demonstrate whether or not performing a task would blind participants from the other elements of the video. We hypothesized that 50% of the student participants would not see the gorilla. Our participants, so we had 15 college students in a research psychology class in a small private university in Southern California do the study. The class ranged from freshmen to seniors. The majority were underclassmen, 53% were freshmen and 17% were sophomores. The remaining 20% were upperclassmen. Their mean age was 19.2, and gender-wise, 94% were females and 6% were males. Their majors ranged from undecided, psychology, and behavioral neuroscience. Materials, so we watched a short video on the selective attention test by Daniel Simons on YouTube. The video had a couple of players wearing white shirts, and we were told to watch how many passes they made with the basketball. There were also a couple of players wearing black shirts who were also passing a basketball, and a gorilla who walks into the scene, pounds on his chest 3 times, then walks out. We were told to ignore the people wearing black shirts and the gorilla in the study. So our procedure during class, mid-semester, the students of this research psychology class were asked to watch this video on selective attention. The video prompted them to count the number of passes the people wearing white were making and record the number on a piece of paper. They were then given the right number and then asked whether they saw the gorilla or not. The video lasted about 30 seconds and the responses were anonymous. After all the data was collected, the teacher collected all of the pieces of paper and then analyzed it for more research. Our results, our mean was 15.3, our standard deviation was 4.27, our median and mid were both 15, and our range was 11 to 30 passes. And our central tendencies are based on the number of passes. So table 1 shows our results and all of our central tendencies. As you can see, the mean, median, and mode are all 15. The correct number of passes was 15, so this displays that the majority of students got the correct answer. However, in figure 1, the majority of students did not see the gorilla. This is what's displayed here. The red shows the amount of students that did not see the gorilla. So to summarize, this study demonstrated that selective attention affects participants' ability to recognize other elements of their surroundings while given a demanding task. The results that the majority of students counted the right number of passes but did not see the gorilla proved that they were selectively attending to one element of the video while ignoring the other. Our hypothesis of the study was correct. Over 50% of the students did not see the gorilla the first time they viewed it. All of the studies that were provided in this presentation all strengthen the idea of selective attention and illustrate that you must be aware of your surroundings to fully comprehend what's going on. So the strengths of this study, it was simple, clear, and it brought awareness to the subject of selective attention. The weaknesses, however, were that many of the participants had already seen the video prior to watching it in our class, so it kind of screwed up our data a little bit. For future study, it would be interesting to change the demographics of the participants and maybe focus on a younger set of data, or a younger set of people, to see how they respond to the gorilla and the abnormalities of the environment. So to conclude, all of these studies presented assess the likelihood of looking without seeing and the barrier between sight and recognition that unintentional blindness highlights creates several new variables that would be awesome for future research. Thanks for watching.